Are you boring? We live in a communication world. We've never been more connected. Yet we often struggle with being understood or being clear, being relevant, or being influential, even with the greatest message ever proclaimed. Is the message of Christ out of step with our culture? Do we need to change it? Or do we need to better understand the communication process in today's busy world? My university teaching has typically been on a topic that most college students think is out of date: radio. Yet by the end of the semester, they've come to realize why radio continues to have a powerful role in our culture today. Sure, we don't sit around the radio as a family in the evening listening to radio dramas. New technologies and our modern day lifestyles have shifted the way we use radio. The students also discover that many of the principles for effective radio have a broader application, encompassing the entire communication process in general. Radio specialist Valerie Geller lays out many of these principles in her book, Beyond Powerful Radio. Here are a few of the points that Valerie uses as she consults with clients worldwide. Number one is tell the truth. Seems to make sense. Number two says make it matter. We'll talk about that in a minute. Number three, never be boring. She says there are no boring stories, just boring storytellers. Speak visually in terms your audience can picture. Number five is address the individual as you, talking to one person at a time. She also says, be who you are. Be authentic. Number seven, take risks. And number eight is dare to be great. Point number two is critical. It's make it matter. When we share spiritual truth, we need to be sure the audience knows it is important. It matters. For radio particularly, the use of you in conversations and understanding of the intimate medium of radio will link you in amazing ways to the listener. I especially like number 8 on her list, which is dare to be great. When our purpose is right and our message is based on God's truth, we can and should aim for excellence in our presentation. There is no good reason to be second best in presenting biblical truth. We should strive to be the best communicators around. As I mentioned earlier, many of these principles and suggestions also help us in our day-to-day communications. Speaking visually is important, using language that paints pictures for the listener to see. Think of the stories of the Bible, the stories and parables that Jesus told. We can always pull up visual images that help enhance the stories and help them stay with us. In fact, I can see in my mind right now the rather small man named Zacchaeus as he climbed up in a nearby tree to get above the crowd with hopes of seeing Jesus as he passed by. Even without the help of Hollywood movies, I can see the agony of Christ on the cross. If I say Noah to you, do you see his ark? The stories of the Bible are not boring, and neither should we be boring as we share the greatest story mankind has ever heard. That the God who hung the stars in place sent His Son to be born as a baby in a smelly animal stall. Jesus would live a life of impact on all around Him and then die by the cruelest of all methods of punishment ever devised, the cross. We can picture Him there, and we see the rocky tomb where Jesus was buried with its big stone blocking the entryway. Such a powerful visual story. Let's sharpen our communication skills. Someone today needs to hear the most important news in our world, and you are the one who may need to deliver it. Our ministry helps Christian communicators deliver God's story to people all over the world. Do you want to learn more? Check it out at mediaalliance.net. And you can help us grow our influence for Christ by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video. Thanks, and God's best.